Hey guys, welcome back, and thank you for joining your friendly neighborhood bee for some Reddit reads. Let's get right into it, shall we? Today we are reading from r/ Am I the Jerk by Calm Caterpillar 469. Am I the jerk for canceling my phone plan with my family because my mom won't stop reading my texts? I'm 24 female and was on a family phone plan with my parents to save money. My mom is on the account holder. My mom is the account holder. I found out she's been using the account to read all of my text messages. Everything. She confronted me about a private conversation I had with my friend about my relationship. I was horrified and said that's a huge invasion of privacy. She said, I pay the bill. I have a right to monitor the account. I said, I'm an adult and I pay my portion. She said, as long as I'm on her plan, she can check whatever she wants. I immediately got my own plan and ported my number out. Now, my parents are mad because they lost the multi line discount and their bill went up by $40 a month. Ooh, should have thought about that before putting your nose where it doesn't belong. My dad says I'm being dramatic, and if I have nothing to hide, why do I care if she reads my texts? I said everyone deserves privacy regardless of what they're hiding. My mom is hurt that I don't trust her and says she was just staying informed about my life. I said reading my private messages without permission isn't staying informed, it's snooping. Am I the jerk? No. No, you're not. You're 24. Your mom needs to learn to stay in her lane. You're 24, not 14. It's not her business. And they should have thought about the fact that their bill would have gone up if you left the family plan. That it's not her business. Stay out of it. Just go. Ew. No. It's time to get off that phone plan anyway. Next story. And if you enjoy things like this, make sure to come back tomorrow, like and subscribe. I'm here every day. Next victim. R/ Am I the Jerk by Few Interaction. Am I the jerk for keeping my 8-year-old in the special education classes? So I do not think I'm in the wrong, but I have antisocial personality disorder, so it is really hard for me to tell if I am wrong or not. I'm taking care of my nieces, and I also have 2 children of my own. One of them is my 9-year-old daughter, Ashley. I also have an 8-year-old niece named Avery, and she has level 3 autism. I put Avery in special education classes because I know she needs to be in them. She hates them, but they give her a lot of structure, and that's what she needs. And they really do help her in so many ways, even if she doesn't realize it. The problem is that Ashley is also in 3rd grade, but she is in general education. Avery, my niece, does not understand why she has to be in special education classes. Avery came up to me, climbed in my lap, and asked, I don't want to be in special ed anymore. Can I please be in the same classes as Ashley? I looked at her and said, You have to be in the special ed classes. They're good for you. Avery then said, How are they good for me? I want to be in the same classes as Ashley. I don't like them. I looked at her and told her directly, You need to be in the special education classes. That is final. Excuse me. They are good for you, and they are there for your own good. She started crying and begging me to take her out of the special education classes, but I stood my ground and told her no. She ran off and told Ashley about it. Now Ashley is asking me to take Avery out of the special education classes so they can be in the same class together. But here's the thing, they share recess, they eat lunch together, they have specials together, so they see each other throughout the day. Plus, they are together at home all day. However, Avery still does not want to be in the special ed classes. Am I the jerk? I wouldn't call you the jerk. I would call you a logical parent in this case. I would be questioning if there's bullying going on. Because that's a lot of pushback. I know that obviously, yes, she does have autism, but That's a lot of pushback for an 8-year-old to have the confidence to be able to do. I would look into that and ask the school, like, hey, is there bullying going on? Is this more than just the 8-year-old doesn't want to be left out? What's going on? It seems like there's more than just I don't wanna, which it could very well be I don't wanna, but it seems like there's more going on here. I would look a little bit more into it. You're not the jerk, but I would talk to the school, the teachers, everything like that, just to see what's going on. It seems like this is a little bit deeper. Not the jerk. Next one. Am I the butthole? I attack the sock. Am I the butthole for pointing out to my fiance that if she wants kids, she has to actually have the do with me? My fiance and I have been together for 6 years. The first 5 of those were amazing and passionate, and we quite frankly couldn't keep our hands off each other. The last year and a half or so has been rough because I lost my job for 4 months before finding a new one. She's been going through some mental and physical issues as well. She stopped initiating intimacy or being receptive to my initiations, and now often recoils from my touch and my kisses and seems to have completely different personality from the first 5 years of our relationship. We've talked multiple times about how to rekindle and re-engage our sexual passion together, but she just never seems to actually act on it once we've talked. With all that said, she constantly talks about wedding and marriage and having kids together and how we will raise these kids together. Don't get me wrong, I do want to have children, but it seems like putting the cart before the horse while we still have to figure out other aspects of our relationship. All this came to a head during a family dinner where she repeatedly talked about her plans for children and our life together, like kids were a foregone conclusion. I became visibly more and more withdrawn and uncomfortable until later when we were talking a moment together outside. She asked me what was wrong, and I responded with, we actually have to do the do in order to have children, right? Now she's yelling and screaming and swearing at me. I've apologized multiple times. I probably could have phrased it better, but I don't think I was a butthole for pointing it out, especially since I did it in a private situation where nobody but me and her could have heard. Am I the butthole? Uh, uh to answer your direct question, no, but I do feel as if there are aspects of this story that you are leaving out. Um, I do think you guys need some therapy. Therapy would be helpful. It feels as if there are certain things missing. Just based off of the story and based off of what OP says, I do have to go with no, you are not the butthole. But I feel like I read half a story. I feel like there are pieces missing here. But based off of what you posted, I have to say no. I, which is unfortunate because I think if I had the whole thing, I'd probably say yes. Anywho, next one. Am I the jerk? By Alternative Water 914. Am I the jerk for calling out my grandma's no filter comments about my partner at dinner? Oh, no filter, is that code for butthole behavior? I've been dating Alex for about a year. He's a freelance graphic designer and illustrator. He's incredibly talented and actually out earns me. But my traditional family thinks that if you aren't commuting to an office in a suit, you're basically unemployed. Okay, we had a big family Sunday dinner last night, which was the first time Alex met the extended clan. My grandma is the matriarch, and the family always excuses her behavior by saying she just has no filter or is from a different time, which is usually just code for her being allowed to be rude without consequences. Yeah, called it. About 20 minutes into the meal, Grandma asked Alex about his work. When he explained his freelance business, she let out this massive performative sigh and dismissed it as a hobby. She told him it was nice and then started pressuring him about when he was going to start a real career, claiming he couldn't support a family on sketches. It was incredibly awkward. Alex tried to handle it gracefully by explaining his corporate client list, but Grandma just doubled down. In front of 12 people, she started demanding to know exactly how much he made last month and snidely asked if he could actually have health insurance. Uh huh. I tried to pivot the conversation 3 different times. I brought up the food, tried to talk to my uncle about his car, and nothing worked. That's interesting pivoting. Grandma just kept circling back, telling Alex he was too smart to be wasting his time on a computer screen. I finally snapped a bit and told her that was enough. I told her it was incredibly rude to grill a guest about their finances, that it was frankly none of her business, and that we don't treat guests that way. The entire table went silent, and when she could literally hear the clock ticking, Grandma turned red, looked down at her plate, and didn't say another word for the rest of the night. Am I the jerk for calling it out in the moment instead of handling it privately? Well, they can dish it, but they can't take it, huh? That. Oh no. Well, it's kind of like that bully one we had a little while ago, isn't it? Um, she's just she's just a bully, just old. Oh no, you're the bully's your grandmother. It's fine. You're not the jerk. She needed to hear it. Your family's gonna be mad, but not the jerk. Anyway, thank you for joining us. I am happy that you tuned in to hear me, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.